I started sweating a little bit there. It's a little humid today. All right, so I am chilling in the tent, and I gotta tell you, it is comfy. I don't know if I just have an emotional attachment to this tent by now because we've spent so many lonely nights in the wilderness together, or if it's just an awesome tent. But I'm gonna go with it's an awesome tent because I'm definitely giving it a thumbs up and a big go for it. So as you can tell, I'm laying here. This is a 2-person tent. Whoop, there you are at the wall. I have plenty of room in this tent. It is a 2-person tent, but one of the reasons that I really like this tent is that it is a legit 2-person tent. You can lay shoulder to shoulder on your back, kind of wiggle around all night, and be totally fine. Some of the other 2-person tents that I have tried, it's not quite as wide at the top. If you're giving up any weight whatsoever, you're gonna lose that shoulder room. And even if it's a couple inches, you really do feel it, let me tell you. So hopefully you're real snuggly with the person that you're gonna be bunking with if you don't have this tent. But if you don't really mind so much, then you know, it is what it is. But this is a perfect one. Let's take a look at what it looks like with the sleeping bags in it. I could literally take a nap in this tent right now. Super comfy. I have both of the sleeping bags in here, just like as if you did actually have 2 people on your backpacking trip. And there is absolutely plenty of room. If you're one of the people that just like to bring a big tent, if you have a big dog, or if you just want the extra room for your backpack, thumbs up. One of the things that I like about this tent is that it has 2 mesh pockets, just like this one. This one is down by the feet, and the other one is right up here by where we lay our heads. There's only these 2, and at first I thought it was kind of funky that we had them at opposite ends. One's by the feet, but you know, when we have it out, it actually comes in handy. There's been times we've had to lay our heads down there because of things, and you know, I really like that. And the other tents I've had, they've both been on one side, and I mean, really all you need to put in there is your essentials, like your sleeping essentials. So how much room do you really need? And if you do need more room than one pocket up top, then ta-ta! What'd I say, guys? It is an absolute cathedral in here. That is your overhead storage. A little bit of a hammock there, just for reference. Put my keys in there. Don't really have anything else on me to put in there. But it's big. I mean, I store, you know, whatever I have to tie up my sleeping bags and my pads and little odds and ends that I can use to tie up everything in the morning. I just stuff it up there, and then it is ready to rock and roll as soon as we wake up. We can roll out of the tent and start tying up our stuff to get going for the day. So, now, I will say that you can remove this if you don't like it. Sometimes I don't like it. It does kind of bop on my head when I sit up straight. And really that's just kind of something you have to, it's not the worst thing in the world, honestly, but a lot of times I just take it off because I find I don't even need it. But if you do need it and you do like it, it's there. Also, if you'll notice up here, there is a little hook where you can put a lantern if you want to hook your lantern up there. So nifty. Here we are hanging out in my vestibule. That sounded weird. But I just wanted to show you. I don't want to put my dirty boots in here, but this is a really nice place for you to stash your pack and take off your boots. You can leave them under the vestibule for the night. I keep my pack with me in the tent, but if you're not into that, there is room out in this vestibule for this. It unzips from there, zoop, all the way up. This side opens up, and you can toss on your shoes and go on out the tent. Very roomy. I can fit 2 pairs of shoes, 2 boots in here easily. If you're backpacking with 2 people, this might or might not be enough space for you. This is a 60-liter pack, and like I said, I mean, I keep it in the tent with me usually, but you know, I keep our packs with us, but it works out really good for me. One of the things that you have to consider if you are looking for a 2-person backpacking tent is this tent only has one vestibule. Keep in mind that this side closes to form a triangle, so this area is very much the opposite of that one. It's not quite as wide, but you do have this area for shoes and whatever else you want to kind of stuff in there. If you have 2 people on your backpacking trip, obviously you could see that's a 60-liter bag. You might have a bigger bag, a smaller bag, you know, but that is something to keep in mind. Okay, you guys, it is time to talk turkey about this tent. So what is the final say? I'm giving it a huge thumbs up. Seriously, there are some considerations that you're going to need to make. It depends on what you're looking for in your backpacking tent. Now, if you're looking for a tent just because you like extra room in your tent and you're a solo hiker or maybe a hiker with a dog, this is a perfect tent. I personally hike with my 5-year-old son, so I needed a 2-person tent, but I didn't need anything super fancy. He doesn't have a huge pack, so we didn't need 2 vestibules. As you can tell, I've tossed my pack outside in the vestibule here. We don't have one on that side, guys. So if you have 2 adults with 2 big packs, you're gonna have to take that into consideration. Now, as far as a 2-person tent with 1 vestibule, the ones that I have tried out personally, this is my favorite. It feels like a second home. I've backpacked with it a ton. It's still in really great shape. 2 thumbs up, seriously, it's a good one, especially for the price. Now, I would say that its leading competitor is probably the Kelty. Kelty has one that's very, very similar to this. It's not bright green, but there's only a few differences between this one and the Kelty one.